When you entered the bedroom, the soft glow from the bedside lamp revealed John Hyun, still awake, seated against the headboard with his laptop balanced on his thighs, fingers flying across the keyboard like he was at war with it. The room felt divided, his side sharp and occupied, yours quiet and temporary. He glanced up the moment the door clicked shut, his eyes scanning you briefly before returning to the screen. Irritation already acted into his expression. I didn't want to call you, he said flatly, tone harsh and unapologetic. I only did it because my father wouldn't stop asking why I wasn't calling my wife. He scoffed at the word, finally shutting the laptop with a snap and looking straight at you. Let's get one thing clear. I'll never see you as my wife. You're just an obstacle in my life. I don't care how late you come home or what you do or who you do it with. You could be sleeping with someone else or for all I care. Just don't let your schedule interferes with mine. Are we clear? Crystal. You replied calmly, not giving him the reaction he clearly wanted. His eyes narrowed slightly as if your lack of hurt annoyed him more than anger would have. Instead of engaging further, your gaze drifted to the box resting on the couch near the window. Pajamas. The ones you had ordered earlier that morning. Relief flickered across your face. You scanned the room for scissors but found none. So you reached into your pocket and pulled out the switchable you always carried. Slicing through the tape with a practice race, you emptied the box onto the couch, clothes spilling out as you checked each piece carefully, confirming they were exactly what you had ordered. One by one, you removed them from their packaging, folding them neatly and placing them into the closet as if this was just another normal night. Yunu watched you silently, confused by your composure. You grabbed a loose pair of pants and a soft shirt before heading into the bathroom. The shower washed away the exhaustion of the day, warm water grounding you. You preferred sleeping without a bra, but given the circumstances and the shared room, you reluctantly put on one, choosing comfort over potential conflict. When you stepped out, towel dried hair falling loosely around your shoulders, you settled into the couch with a sigh. So, you said lightly, breaking the silence, how was your day, you know? He hesitated before answering, eyes fixed on the dark screen of his laptop. Fine, you nodded unfazed. Anything interesting happen? No. The clipped response didn't stop you. Well, you continued stretching out on the couch. A few days ago, I had a bride who asked me to design the ugliest wedding imaginable. She specifically requested walnut green and dead flowers everywhere. That caught his attention. You went on voice, animated now. Turns out her fiance cheated on her and she wanted him humiliated before leaving him at the altar. I agreed on one condition that she recorded everything. A small smile tugged at your lips. I even wrapped cockroaches in a handkerchief and placed it in his breast pocket. Imagine his face when he pulled it out to wipe his sweat. You laughed openly at the memory, unable to resist. You climbed onto the bed briefly to show him the video on your phone. Despite himself, laughed too, a genuine sound, wiping a tear from his eye by the end. Serves him right, he muttered, still amused. Guess it's a good thing we didn't have a traditional wedding. You mock gasped dramatically. Me? I would never. You teased, and for a moment the tension between you eased. Laughing together felt strangely normal. You slid off the bed and returned to the couch, turning off the light before darting back and settling in comfortably. Good night, you said softly. Good night, he replied, already laying back. Sometimes later, you woke up with a tight feeling in your chest, discomfort making it hard to breathe. Groggy, you realized you would fallen asleep wearing a bra. You glanced over to see your nose sleeping peacefully, soft snores filling the room. Carefully, quietly, you removed the bra and relaxed back into the cushions, relief washing over you as your breathing even out. This time, when sleep claimed you again, it was deep and uninterrupted, carrying you all the way into morning. Someone shook you awake, fam, fingers gripping your shoulder, and you jerked upright with a sharp gasp, heart hammering as confusion clouded your senses. What? What's happening? You blurted out, hair falling into your face as you tried to orient yourself. Standing over you as was you knew, already dressed, irritation written painfully across his sharp features. He showed his wrist towards you impatiently. I can't collapse this stupid water plan. He stopped. He snapped like it was somehow personally offended him. You didn't argue, didn't comment. You simply took his wrist, your fingers moving automatically, muscle memory going the work as you fastened the watch within barely 2 seconds. He stared at it afterwards as if betrayed by the fact that it worked so easily for you. Thank you, he muttered stiffly, already backing away. Have a nice day, you called after him, voice light on purpose, though he was already jogging out of the room. Moments later, the roar of his car engine echoed through the street, tires peeling away like he was late for a war. You brushed your teeth, washed your face, and headed downstairs, only to push pause when you saw John Jungkook seated calmly at the dining table, one leg crossed over the other, sipping his coffee like the world wasn't constantly bending around him. He looked devastatingly composed in a dark blue suit paired with a white shirt, his hair neatly combed back from his face, revealing sharp lines and quiet authority. A Patek Philippe gleamed on his wrist instead of the usual Rolex, subtle but deliberate. The scent of him, clean, warm, masculine, filled the room before he even looked up. Jungkook, you said with a soft smile as you took the seat opposite him. Don't you look dashing this morning? He set his cup down slowly and turned his full attention to you. Hazel brown eyes steady and unreadable. Thank you, Ian, he replied evenly, but the way he looked at you made your breath catch despite yourself. You felt the heat crawl up your neck as his gaze lingered, for too perceptive, for too intense for something so early in the morning. Your body reacted before your mind could catch up, and you cursed yourself silently for it. Your eyes betrayed you, drifting to a lining on his jaw, then to his smooth hair saw just a few strands of gray, and you hated how much you noticed it. I'm guessing Irina Cerniki made you stay home today, huh? You teased gently, trying to shift the atmosphere. You caught him almost smiling, hand lifting instinctively as if to cover it. Oh, come on, you added, leaning forward slightly. You know you want to smile. He lowered his hand, expression firm once more. No, Ian, I do not. You tilted your head. Maybe you should loosen up a little. Enjoy small things. His brow lifted faintly. Control is the key to success, he said calmly. The more control you have, the more powerful you become. You shook your head. Or it makes you snap one day. His response was immediate. It never has. Not in the last 27 years. Before you could reply, Irina busted in her usual warm, placing 2 plates of golden waffles on the table. Mayan, you awake? She beamed. Yes, Irina, good morning. You replied, smiling back. You both began eating in silence until you couldn't stop the soft sound that escaped you at the first bite. Poor noise means it tastes good, Irina said smugly, arms crossed, your face point. Yes, it tastes amazing, thank you. She waved a hand dismissively. No, thank me, thank Jungkook. He brings me here. Jungkook sighed. Irina, that's enough. Don't put me on pedestal. You frowned slightly. What does she mean? Irina turned to you, expression suddenly serious but proud. He take me in when no one else would. My ex-husband, Johnny, abusive. I came to Korea illegal. Jungkook see me crying in airport. Now I have papers, husband, life. A watery laugh escaped your chest, tightening at her waist. I did what anyone would do, Jungkook said quietly, almost dismissively. You reached out without thinking, placing your hand over his on the table, squeezing gently as your heart thundered in your chest. This time, you were the one holding his gaze, unflinching. No, you said softly but firmly. You did what John Jungkook would do.